Mr. Sadi. I want to ask you a few questions, Mr. Sadi. What are your opinions on the Palestinian-Israel conflict?
Okay, I would think my real opinion is that it's a very touchy subject and that conflict is going to be going on and on and on for a long time because none of the sides is willing to compromise with what's been given to them. So Palestinians want their lands and they want some peace, but at the same time Israelis want also some peace, but they're not ready to give up any of the land. And that's why the two sides are going to be fighting that side for a long time.
How would you resolve this conflict?
At one point, they were at the Clinton's era. They were about to finish and get to a compromise when they give the Palestinians 13% of what's being taken for them from since 1967. But at one point, they decided no. Israelis wanted to give them only 9%, but they wanted 13%, and at that point there was they could not stop. They had to stop the negotiations. But to solve the problem, we need Israelis should stop building those colonization or whatever you call them.
Settlements.
Okay, this is gonna go a little bad. So yeah, Palestinians, Israelis need to stop building settlements and should withdraw to at least to what the limits and the lands that they were at 1967, and that actually is gonna make it happen to have two states. With the problem is both of them claim Jerusalem to be their capital, and they're gonna be fighting over that forever. But to resolve it, just to have one part of that for Jews and the other part for Muslims.
Okay.
And
you can go on. This is good. You want to continue?
What does this all start with?
It started when just Israelis, actually there was no Israel before. It's just when Europeans, mainly Great Britain, they promised Jews a land. And out of all the lands, they chose that because that's what Jews believe to be the promised land.
The Balfour Declaration.
And then there was that was the Balfour Declaration, and then United States was the first one to recognize that and to help them set to build a country from no land. They did not have a land, then they gave them a land, and that was partly because Palestinians were selling their lands. Jews had money, they came and asked to buy lands, they went and bought their lands, and then all the Jews, because they had money, they throw Palestinians out of their areas where the Jews built and bought by their own money. And at one point they claimed, okay, this is our land and this is where we're going to build our country.
Thank you, Mr. Sadi.
You're very welcome. I think